we're discovering a new city to build a business in.
We are creating innovative products.
I came to San Marcos to find better opportunities for me and my family.
We're researching how to make surf industry better.
We're building a thank you to those who served.
San Marcos is a city that takes care of its residents.
I'm discovering in San Marcos amazing breweries making incredible beer.
We're exploring outdoor adventures in our backyard.
I'm hoping by serving my community.
I'm discovering a place where I can be a role model to others.
Good afternoon. My sincere pleasure to welcome you to the 2018 San Marcos Chamber of Commerce Excellence in Business Awards and the San Marcos State of the City. I'm Rick Rungaitis, President and CEO of the San Marcos Chamber of Commerce. It's great to look out and see so many familiar faces and so many chamber members. I became CEO, I was 3 weeks into being CEO at this event last year, so I've come full circle. In 2017, it really gives me a good opportunity to reflect on where we've been as a chamber too, just in the last year. 2017, we welcomed 99 new members. We have more members now than we've had since 2015. So for that, I thank you all for the support. We continue, thank you. We continue to work hard for our members by forming new programs, forming new partnerships, and probably the most important thing, listening to the needs of our business community so we can all grow together. I'm also a resident of San Marcos, so my family and I moved here from Chicago about 6 years ago. We could have moved anywhere we wanted to in North County, but we chose San Marcos because of the reputation of the schools. Our son's now a freshman at San Marcos High School, and I'm proud to say that Stacy and I have really, our expectations have been exceeded on his education experience. So I'm a lucky one. Not only do I get to work in San Marcos, I also get to live in San Marcos. So I'm very, very appreciative of that. Thank you all for coming today. We got a great program for you and look forward to it as well myself. Right now, would you please stand for the Cal State San Marcos Army ROTC Color Guard, who will present the colors.
Left. Mark time. March. Left. 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 Right. Left field. March. Left. 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 Right. Left. Left. Color guard. Halt.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Present. Colors.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, with liberty, justice for all.
Carry. Colors. Right. Face. Forward. March. Left. 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 Right. Mark time. Mark. Left. 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 Right. Left. 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 Right. Right well. Mark. Left. 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 Right. Left. 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 Right. Color guard. Halt. Post. Colors. Ready? Front. Rock. Face. Mark time. March. Left, 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 right. Left, left. Forward. Mark. Left, left, left.
Thank you. Would you please remain standing? I'd like to welcome to the stage Father Derek Twilliger from St. Mark's Catholic Church, who will provide today's invocation.
Let us pray. God of us all, we thank you for your many gifts and your many blessings. We thank you for the opportunity to serve your people. We ask your blessing upon each person here, so that we may be ministers of your justice and your mercy for those that you call us to serve. Help each one of us to act with character and conviction. Help us to listen with understanding and goodwill, and to speak with charity and restraint. Let us always see and acknowledge the dignity and humanity of each person you have created, and that we may always treat one another with the respect and reverence that is due a son or daughter of yours. Finally, renew us all with the strength of your presence, so that we may all work together to build a community that is a sign of your joy and your presence to all of us. We ask this as your sons and daughters, confident in your goodness and your love of all. Amen.
Thank you, Father. I won't make you stand anymore. It's an honor for us to be able to host this event with the city of San Marcos here at the university. It's really a great opportunity for the sun to shine on what San Marcos is all about. At this time, I'd like to introduce President Karen Haynes. Dr. Karen Haynes has led Cal State San Marcos since 2004, with her eye continually trained on social transformation through access and education. She has instituted numerous programs and policies that have helped thousands of first-generation and underrepresented students earn their college degrees. She is a firm believer in the power of education to transform lives and works tirelessly to ensure that the students of our region have the opportunity to attend college. Please help me welcome not only CSUSM's longest-serving president, but the most senior president in the entire CSU system, the first woman to ever hold this position, President Karen Haynes.
Always a delight and pleasure to welcome you to Cal State San Marcos, and delighted to have important business, civic, nonprofit, education leaders on this vibrant, fast-growing, high-demand campus. I arrived at CSUSM in 2004, and for nearly my entire tenure, I have had the privilege of working with Mayor Jim Desmond. We both believe in the value of public higher education and its ability to produce graduates who will contribute their talents to our forward-looking region, and that Cal State San Marcos, as a university, as you know, not only educates those talented, diverse students, but 80+% of them stay right here as your employees, our civic leaders, our nonprofit and entrepreneurs. We work every day here to expand student access to excellent and affordable education. As a public university, we are focused on the public trust, on the alignment with this region's needs, and the sustained commitment to intellectual, civic, economic, and cultural life. We are truly and uniquely a 21st century university, focused on all of those goals, but with technological sophistication and a bold, innovative approach. In fact, according to a recent report, CSUSM has a $500 million economic impact on our region each year. Even with many successes, we continue to explore the needs of our campus and our regional communities, especially when it comes to the development of new academic programs. We are excited, as I know you have read, to be launching a much-needed engineering program this fall. Thank you, yes. Just last month, I was pleased to announce that global communications company Viasat, together with several of its employees, has invested $1.5 million in that new engineering program. And other private sector partners, like Hunter Industries, are also investing in that program. Funding both much-needed labs, a design lab, and in creating a facility that will be a hub of creative and innovative solutions going forward. With growing student demand and stalled state funding, we are partnering with North City developers. I know Gary is here. I believe I saw him. Thank you, Gary. On a very complex project, complex to our system, where we will construct a 135,000 square foot building across the street from our sports center and across the other street from our quad, that will also include a parking garage, but provide much needed academic student support service space, and equally important, vacate a little bit of space on this campus to continue to allow for the growth of new academic programs and more students. Like the city we call home, our university is a place for realizing potential and possibility, and it makes me proud every day to see all the ways we come together as a city, as a region, in partnership to achieve what many would believe are unachievable goals. So welcome back to Cal State San Marcos. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Haynes. Someone asked me that hadn't been to this event before what this event is like, and basically I summed it up as it's a who's who of San Marcos, where we get everybody together in the same room and celebrate. So with that in mind, on behalf of the San Marcos Chamber of Commerce, with support from the City of San Marcos and our generous event sponsors, who I'll recognize in a moment, I'd like to thank each of you, our partners, members, communities, for joining us this afternoon. First, I'd like to recognize the elected officials who have joined us today. From our own City of San Marcos, Mayor Jim Desmond. Vice Mayor Rebecca Jones. Councilmember Chris Orlando. Councilmember Crystal Jabara. And Councilmember Sharon Jenkins. In order for San Marcos to be strong, our region must be strong, supported by the leaders chosen to represent our interests. I'd like to acknowledge any other elected officials or their designated representative to stand right now. At this time, I'd also like to recognize City Manager Jack Griffin with several other key staff, city staff. Together, Cal State San Marcos, Palomar College, the San Marcos Unified School District, and our private education institutions have made San Marcos North County's education hub. It is our schools that are developing the talent needed for our business community to thrive. I'd like to invite our university and college presidents, along with their governing boards and the San Marcos Unified School District Board of Trustees and Superintendent, to please stand. Now at this time, I'd like to introduce the members of our San Marcos Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors. Our board chair, Derek Adams, Torrey Pines Bank. Past chair, Matt Simmons, Consultants Collaborative. Linda Bailey, Community Strategies. Margie Fugate, Casino del Charo. Celia Garcia, Tri-City Medical Center. Laura Gropin, Palomar College. Leela Hankins, Remax United. Ginger Hiskey, Hiskey Development. Jill Lachewski, Cal State San Marcos. Dennis Walsh, Oasis Breads. And Tess Sangster, City of San Marcos. Thank you for all being here with us today. I'd like to recognize our event sponsors whose contributions made this event possible. Our platinum sponsors, a sincere thank you to Brookfield Residential, Cal State University San Marcos, Coleridge Homes and Stephen A. Berry Company, and Tri-City Medical Center. Thank you. I'd like to thank our gold sponsors, Children's Primary Dental, Coast Catering, Newland Communities, Palomar College, and Torrey Pines Bank. Not used to doing this much talking. Our silver sponsors, we want to thank EDCO, North County Health Services, SDG&E, and Terry. And a thanks to our program sponsors, North City, Fairfield Inn & Suites by Marriott. On behalf of the San Marcos Chamber of Commerce, thank you all for your generous support. Let's give our sponsors another round of applause. At this time, it's my distinct pleasure to welcome Mayor Jim Desmond and the San Marcos City Council to the stage to kickstart the San Marcos Chamber of Commerce Business of Excellence Awards.
Thank you, Rick. Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it. All right. Well. Well, hello, San Marcos. Yay. All right. Let's get this party started. I want to say thank you, everyone, for coming today. I'm going to go into my State of the City in a little bit, but what we're going to do right now is it's my privilege to join my fellow council members. We have Vice Mayor Rebecca Jones, we have Council Member Chris Orlando, Crystal Jabara, and Sharon Jenkins on the stage, and we're going to be giving out this year's Business of Excellence Awards to our great businesses here in San Marcos. Business in San Marcos has been growing steadily over the last decade. We've actually have over 100, let's see, we got our top 100 producers in sales and tax revenue. We just did a survey on recently, and we all found out they're going to stay and they're going to grow in the city of San Marcos. And so we're very proud of that fact. But we have established by the Chamber of Commerce the Business of Excellence Awards honors businesses for their significant role in supporting business community and driving economic growth. In years past, the Chamber, we recognized businesses based on their size. They had the small business, the big, medium business, and then the large business. But today, we're going to be honoring 4 San Marcos businesses that have distinguished themselves in areas such as entrepreneurship, longevity, growth, innovation, and consistent involvement in the community. So they should all be here today, right? Yes. Okay. All bought a table. All right, these businesses not only exemplify the excellence in our best business practices, but the value, the investing in our community, as well as acting as innovators for the region. So each city council member is going to introduce an honoree who's going to receive a special plaque of distinction. I think we have a video on each one as well. So I'd like to turn this over to Vice Mayor Jones to present the first award. All right.
Mayor Desmond. It's an honor to be here today to recognize such an important part of San Marcos community, our businesses. They're the lifeblood of our community. Our first honoree today is Oasis Bread. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but you see their wonderful breads. They even cook or bake organic bread, which is great. That's what I actually usually eat. The Oasis Breads support local businesses and has been baking healthy, tasty breads for Southern California communities since 1978. As a family-owned and operated, fresh and local craft-style bakery, where bread making is still done by real bakers. Oasis strives to create recipes and bake bread known for healthy, nutritional profiles and superior flavor. For decades, the company has been working with local, veteran, and military organizations by donating bread to hungry families. Oasis bread is never wasted. If you don't sell it, it goes to a deserving family right here in Southern California. As we welcome Oasis Bread CEO Dennis Walsh today to the stage to receive their deserved recognition, we have a short video about their business.
I'm Dennis Walsh. I'm CEO of Health Breads Incorporated. We do business as Oasis Breads. We've been in business for 40 years. I've been a partner with Jim for going on a 19th year, and we've been in San Marcos for 11 of those years.
My name's Jim Piquel. I am the president of Oasis Breads. I've been managing Oasis Breads since 1997. What we do here is a little bit different because we try to make healthy breads. Sprouted breads and sourdoughs, the two items that we specialize in, are the healthiest kind of breads in the market. Because of the processes that they're made by, there's more nutrients available, they digest better, and they have lower glycemic index than most breads. But we continue to come out with new items because the public like change. They like new things. And we like to make good tasting breads and bring them to the public. That's what we do. That's our innovation, bringing healthy, good tasting breads to the market. We use only the best ingredients. Everything we have has to be a clean label. There can't be any chemicals. We do make several all organic items. We certify that our suppliers are organic every year.
And we do have non-GMO certified breads currently available.
The bigger companies have bread factories where everything's made by machine, and there's not the tender, loving care that our bakers put into it. And I think that's what makes us different. Our number one goal is never to throw anything away. And we partner with local agencies to use that leftover bread. We just give it to them. We don't want it to go to waste. So we're really proud of that. We want to make sure if it can be used, it gets used. Thank you for purchasing our products. Thank you for being loyal customers. And if you like our products, ask for them in the markets. We'll be happy to bring them to them. So thank you.
Okay, and now I'd like to introduce Councilmember Chris Orlando.
Thank you, Rebecca. I'm very honored to be here today to recognize EV West, and it's especially cool to recognize a company for actually two reasons. First, they are a contributor to the San Marcos and San Diego region's industry manufacturing, which has more than 3,000 companies and 100,000 employees. So that's a significant contribution in and of itself. But EV West does something also that's really, really cool. They are an incredibly innovative company. If you haven't heard of EV West, what they do is they take classic cars, Ferraris, BMWs, what have you, and they take out the combustion engine and they make it fully electric. So if you are a car enthusiast, and you love your cars, but you also want to have an electric vehicle, EV West allows you to do it. They are doing an industry-leading service and doing it right here in San Marcos. So for me, I love that innovation, and I love that it's happening here, and I love that they are contributing to our manufacturing, both in San Marcos and in the San Diego region. So with that, I'd love to recognize and call up the CEO of EV West, Michael Bream.
Hi, I'm Michael Bream, and I own EV West. We're located in beautiful San Marcos, California. EV West is an online electric vehicle parts store and a conversion shop. So we specialize in classic vehicles, and we typically like customers to bring us old vehicles that they very much enjoy, but don't enjoy driving because they're old and slow and smell like gas. So we remove the gas engine and replace it with an electric motor. We remove the gas tank and replace that with a small, usually recycled lithium battery pack from something like a Tesla or a Nissan Leaf. And we put that in and we create an electric car from a classic vintage car. One of the things that makes EV West unique is we are a performance shop. We're really looking for performance out of the cars, and we're not trying to tell people that they need to drive electric for the environment. We're actually fooling them, we're sneaking it around them, because the net result is all of these cars are carbon-free, you can run them off of your solar panels, but they have performance, and we sell them on performance. So here at EV West, we strive to stay up to date on the latest technology systems that are available in the electric vehicle market, and it's our goal to stay on the absolute cutting edge of electric vehicle technology and keep our epicenter of technology located within the San Marcos region. And in fact, our business is attracting other electric vehicle businesses to the area, and we want to grow this for a future economy based in the green sector. Thanks for spending a little bit of time with us today. We really look forward to a long and prosperous future in San Marcos. And if you're ever in the market for an electric car, you can find us at evwest.com. Thanks.
I'd like to welcome to the podium Councilmember Jabara.
Get to the right tab here. Good afternoon, everyone. As Councilman Orlando said, I'm Councilwoman Crystal Jabara. Today I have the privilege of, and excuse my laryngitis, I have the privilege of introducing our next honoree, a major manufacturer based here in San Marcos. On a personal note, I must count them as friends. I've known this company for a long time, the owners and the general manager, operations manager for a long time. They are an incredible company that do so much for our community. San Marcos is home to a bustling manufacturing industry, and though most of us never actually see it, recent findings reveal just how much business is booming in the city's industrial parks. Manufacturing is the city's second largest economic sector, accounting for nearly 7% of the gross domestic product, or about $5 million annually, and provide 11% of the city's employment, which is about 4,300 jobs. Our next honoree, Ocean Reef, is a unique manufacturer founded on the philosophy that the underwater world must be made more and more accessible. Ocean Reef invents, designs, and produces equipment that helps people to be fully at ease in discovering underwater wonders. One of those is me. I always had a hard time with the multiple pieces of snorkeling, and with their creation of a full-faced snorkeling mask that anyone can use to enjoy the underwater environments has made it so much easier. You go on vacation, you go into dive shops, you see Ocean Reef masks everywhere. The story of how Ocean Reef Group began is a simple passion for diving and innovative ideas. Mr. Sergio Gambarini owned a small tire shop for bicycles and cars, but in 1950 began to manufacture diving equipment. He also started to design and create molds to make diving mask straps, fins, and other diving products. Through dedication, persistence, and hard work, Mr. Gambarini's small shop achieved success and grew. Rubber and thermoplastic polymers became the signature of their work and the center of business strategy, evolving factories and expanding in markets overseas. Almost 70 years after a start in a small shop, Ocean Reef now supplies millions of fins and boots to the largest manufacturers. The company also supplies boots for the U.S. military and is the #1 rubber strap supplier in the luxury watch market. Based right here in San Marcos, Ocean Reef is developing game-changing products like the full-face snorkeling mask. Not only are their products cutting edge, but this local business has made strong partnerships with companies and markets that range from military to medical to electronic and sporting goods, putting San Marcos on the map. Let's give a round of applause to Ocean Reef and their operations manager, Lynn Snow, as she joins us on stage.
I am Sergio Gamberini. I am the president of Ocean Reef, and we are in San Marcos. Ocean Reef is a 25 years company, and it's a company working in the scuba diving market, in the personal protection, medical devices, and now we are in a new exciting area that is engineering of underwater structure for growing vegetables underwater. Our innovation stay in the new engineering of our full-face snorkeling mask, because we understood that people, when they started to dive, they needed to be very natural. And natural means to breathe through the nose, to avoid anything in the mouth, like the classic snorkel. Nemo's Garden is a project, and it is an underwater laboratory in which we are studying the option to grow vegetables in the ocean. And the typical question is why? And the answer is very simple. We feel that there are several areas around the world where the agriculture is not possible. Into the ocean, it's possible to use the energy of the ocean, the protection of the ocean, and we can easily transform the salt water in fresh water thanks to the energy coming from the sun. So it is a very self-sustainable system. I want to thank the city of San Marcos, because anytime that we provide an update of our activity, and we always add an immediate response. And we would like to grow here, and we like to invest in San Marcos.
I would like to invite Councilwoman Sharon Jenkins.
The final business recognized by the Chamber of Commerce this year is taking San Marcos to a new level in realizing a vision for an exciting hub in the heart of our city. Our residents have been patient as we work to see pieces start to come together in the University District across from Cal State San Marcos, which if these were open, you'd be able to see right out there. Pieces of the development are creating a community with living space, cozy coffee shops, and exciting restaurants. Thanks to the work and vision of North City, we are seeing progress right across the street from where we sit today. You can see a place central to all of North County where you can walk to work, bike or hike the local trails, and meet friends for a night out just down the block. The work of North City is innovating public-private partnerships, partnerships that have added student housing and are bringing an extended learning building to the neighborhood. Part of the first floor of the new extended learning building will be leased for shops and commercial space. The remainder of the building will house classrooms, labs, and offices for the extended learning program. North City's compact area, strategic location, and easy access to mass transit make it one of the most exciting new projects in San Marcos and all of North County. So please join me in welcoming North City's principal of Seabreeze Properties and manager of urban villages of San Marcos, Gary Levitt, to the stage.
North City project is what San Marcos was waiting for. North City has the power of change, and what we thought that it was ideal was to have a perfect combination between residential, working, entertainment, and being able to define the city as stronger, a destination place where you can come and shop, you can come and do many different things, which we almost thought that you could always compete with San Diego downtown. You don't really need to go there because you can find everything here. The North City project has brought to San Marcos a very strong destination. We offer a place not just for entertainment, but also a place that office could come in, work could be happening. We have a lot of work now. If all those things happens, it will become a place where there will be a lot of activities and jobs will be happening. Working in San Marcos and with the city of San Marcos has been a great pleasure. They're very supportive of new ideas, and they allow us to be very open-minded to come out with new styles, new suggestions, new designs. As architects, we felt that we have been able to design in a free way to create this image of a new look for San Marcos without losing the character of what San Marcos is. And we feel very appreciated and happy that we'll be able to work with a city that is very proactive, very innovative, and allow us to explore as much as we can these new urban strategies. San Marcos has a beautiful characteristics. It's a beautiful spot, perfect location, close to many different areas. The North City has the energy to reinvent, in a way, San Marcos.
Now I'd like to introduce Vice Mayor Rebecca Jones to the podium.
Thank you, Councilmember Jenkins. It's now my distinct pleasure to kick off the afternoon with our keynote speaker, Mayor Jim Desmond, and formally introduce him, but who needs an introduction when we all know him? It's actually a little bit bittersweet to me because it's been a pleasure working with Mayor Desmond for the last 12 years. And to see him, that this is his last State of the City, is a little bit hard. So anyway, I'm sure Carrie's pretty happy about it though. But then again, there's the next step. So, serving his final year as the mayor of San Marcos, Mayor Desmond has led the city. I actually should have stayed on script. During his tenure, Mayor Desmond has provided steady leadership, a clear vision, and proactive fiscal restraint to ensure San Marcos is one of the best managed, safest, and financially secure cities in the community in North County. Desmond has valued partnerships with our schools and helped establish San Marcos as North County's educational hub. Together with education, bringing our leaders together biannually to keep the lines of communication and efforts focused on solving challenges collectively with solutions. Together with our neighboring cities of Escondido, Vista, Carlsbad, and Oceanside, Desmond was one of the mayors to pioneer the innovative 78 corridor, Innovate 78, a shared vision to boost economic prosperity along the 78 corridor. As a resident of San Marcos since 1992 with his beautiful wife, Carrie, she's down here in the first row, he has been part of the community serving on many different capacities, starting out as the first PTO president of Twin Oaks Valley Elementary. And since his kids are all grown and actually working in the community now as adults, that's been a while. He went on to serve as the president of the San Marcos Economic Development Corporation, member of the city's Planning Commission, San Marcos Chamber Board member, all while staying active with the San Marcos Kiwanis Club as well as Boy Scouts of America. In addition to his mayoral duties, Mayor Desmond is the city's primary representative on the board of the San Diego Association of Government, SANDAG, and as the chair of the SANDAG Regional Transportation Committee. Mayor Desmond also serves as chair of the San Marcos Fire Protection District, and since 2017, he has represented North County and Lynn cities as a board member of the San Diego County Airport Authority, which makes sense, being that he's a pilot. When he's not tending to civic business, Mayor Desmond answers to Captain Desmond in his day job, flying 757s and 767s for Delta Airlines. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm welcome to our Mayor, Jim Desmond.
Very much, I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Wow, thank you. I'm gonna have to quit doing stuff. That intro is way too long. All right, I get my glasses on. I was much younger when I was elected and didn't have to do this, but actually I just want to say hello again, San Marcos. Thank you for being here. I love all the energy in this room, the energy in this campus, being here. This is when I started doing the State of the City addresses. Our former mayor didn't used to do them. And this was always the destination I wanted to land as far as giving the State of the City addresses. This is a beautiful venue. I want to thank President Haynes and all the students at Cal State San Marcos, along with the band that was playing here earlier and the color guard. Thank you very much for this beautiful venue. And it's also great seeing all of our residents, our business leaders, our education leaders, our community leaders, all here in one place together in San Marcos. But I have to recognize a few guests here. Carrie, my beautiful wife of almost 34 years. Can I stand up, Carrie? Here we go. She puts up with this. So, Carrie and I, we've raised two great children in San Marcos. They're 26 and 28 years old. Our daughter, 28, she actually graduated from Cal State San Marcos here with her teaching credential, and now she's teaching second grade, bilingual, over at Valley Center at Lilac Elementary School. She's teaching there, and our son, he's 26 years old. He's actually working at Hunter Industries. Where's Hunter? Hunter in the room? No. They told me they bought a table. I'm giving them great plugs. Anyway, our son, we're very proud of him that he's working at Hunter Industries. He also teaches here, which is kind of astonishing. And the new engineer... Did I say that? He's 26. He's an adjunct professor here teaching mobile apps in the College of Engineering at Cal State San Marcos. So we're very proud of him. Very proud of both of our kids. So Carrie, that's mostly Carrie. I'm usually at a meeting. So she's done a fantastic job in putting up with me and being mayor here. Anyway, also I want to say thank to our CEO Chamber Board President, Rick Rangaitis. Rick, thank you very much. Where are you again, Rick? You and your... Rick, where is he? Where'd he go? He's in the restroom. Oh, there he is, back there. Rick and his wife, Stacy, actually, he says they only moved here 6 years ago, but they've really made themselves part of the community in that short 6 years. Rick is the CEO, or I get your title confused here, board president of the chamber, but his wife, Stacy, is also I think the foundation president of Palomar College. So I wanted to say thank you very much and give them a shout out. And I got to move around. I can't stand behind here. The Innovate 78 mayors are also here. I see some of our other mayors are in the room. We have Mayor Matt Hall. Where's Matt Hall? Where's Mayor Matt Hall is here from Carlsbad. Thank you. Mayor Judy Ritter. Where's Judy? Mayor Judy Ritter Vista, right here. Is Sam here? Oh, Sam Abed from Escondido is here. All right. You snuck in. You snuck in. We got one more mayor. He's an Innovate 78 wannabe. He'd really like to be part of our program. He has to get in. We say, no, no, no. Actually, the mayor of Coronado, Richard Bailey, is here. So he's here spying on us in North County, but we appreciate his efforts, and I serve well with him on Sandag. We also have, I wanted to introduce Jesse Navarro from our district attorney's office. Where's Jesse? He's here as well in the room. Thank you. Okay, I got 8 pages of thank yous and 1 page of speech. So, which is appropriate, which should be. Anyway, I also want to, any of our city commissioners that are here today, any city commissioners, please stand up and be recognized for your volunteer efforts. City commissioners, I know there's more. Former city commissioners, stand up. Thank you so much for all your time. We got our city staff. Where's city staff? Our city staff is here. Stand up. All right, all right. They're led by our city manager, Jack Griffin. Where's Jack? All right, Jack is here. All right, last year I gave them grief for all sitting at one table. They should spread out. I noticed they're all together at 2 tables. So, so there's progress. There's progress. It moves slowly. Also, is Melanie Jamil? Where's Melanie? Melanie's way in the back here. Melanie is the person who got this event organized, got your seats at the table, and made it, took all the tickets and information. So Melanie, stand up, say thank you. All right, also want to thank Palomar College, who is here, like the NSA, the CIA, and the FBI, they're all taping today's event. So, so thank you very much to Palomar College. We also have Joy Lynn Blake is here as well, the president of of Palomar College. And we want to thank our sponsors as well for all stepping up here today. And very importantly also, though, what I haven't always done in the past is I want to thank the rest of the San Marcos City Council, because I get to stand up and give this speech here every year. But it's a group effort. It's a team effort. We don't always agree on things, but we all get things done and get along. So to our city council members, please all stand again. Thank you very much. I'll take credit for the good things and but anyway, it's a team effort. It's not just the mayor hanging out there. But serving as mayor is really an honor. And what I've kind of found out as serving as mayor is you don't not only get to define the city, but you also define yourself as well. Because as mayor or any elected official, you get confronted with things that you would never in your life or dream of that you're having to confront and deal with. You know, underground piping and things like that, and different lawsuits and things that come up that you're dealing with the city, and you never really, none of us on the city council went to how to run a city school. We're all regular people, just like yourselves in the audience, and so it's really kind of what I like about being in office is really you kind of determine and define yourself as well. And you have to dig down deep to get to some of the decisions you make, and not all are 100% right, but anyway, so it is an honor to serve as mayor. And it's with tremendous pride that for over a decade that I and your city council have been using the values of today for the San Marcos' tomorrows. So in San Marcos, we actually have grown stronger by all of the challenges that we've had to meet. We've gone through recession, we've gone through droughts, we've gone through fires, we go through Sacramento trying to take all the local control away. The loss of redevelopment money, and economic disruptions. But through every level of success, even in life, as you gain the next level of success, it always comes with a new set of challenges. And we've been able to, we've always stepped up and tried to face these challenges head on. So every time we get that, it's actually a new opportunity for all of us to unify and get behind and make San Marcos a better place. In our San Marcos, since 2011, has been a rising star. Our median income has gone up from 2011 to 2015, 9% a year, every year. It went up during that period of time, and since 2015, it's continuing to rise. So we're attracting a lot of great people, a lot of young families and educated families here in San Marcos. But as was mentioned earlier, we are North County's education hub. We've got many different colleges and schools, the universities. All of them combined educate about 90,000 students a year in the city of San Marcos. Now, some of those students live here, but 90,000 students a year. We got about 95,000 residents. So we almost have as many students here coming in the year. So it takes a lot of work and effort to try to coordinate all the infrastructure that's needed and everything else to make sure all the people, all the students get a great education, but also that they've got nice roads and amenities in the city of San Marcos as well. We've also got charter schools and the new Pima building, UEI also opened up. But I wanted to thank Cal State San Marcos, Palomar College, University St. Catherine, University St. Augustine, High Tech High, San Marcos School District, along with programs like the PACE Promise, there's the Palomar Promise, there's Gear Up and AVID for all educating tomorrow's workforce here in San Marcos. So let's give them a hand. This almost sounds like a school address instead of the State of the City address, but we really embrace education in San Marcos. We get it. We get it here that it's a good thing, and I think that's what really kind of defines the city and makes us a better place by defining that education. Because I don't know, there's many different quotes about education, but that's where power comes from, is having knowledge and being able to use and express it. So actually, Cal State San Marcos and the city, we joined up recently. We have a Democracy in Action program. And in that Democracy in Action program, actual college students can earn college credit while they're going to the democracy and learning about different things in Democracy in Action, but also then they get college credits for working on different city projects. So it's a great event, or a great project between the two entities. And then California's largest community college, the largest community college is Palomar College. And the newest state universities, Cal State University, San Marcos, and year after year, they continue to enroll more and more students each and every year. And more importantly, though, and they'll point it out, and Karen didn't mention it this morning, but Palomar College and Cal State San Marcos graduate more first-generation students than any other schools in California, and they're very proud that they're doing it here in San Marcos. So thank you very much. And I also want to mention that all of our schools, and particularly Cal State San Marcos and Palomar College, all of them treat with respect and dignity and educate our returning veteran heroes. And they do a great job at that. Thank you. So San Marcos Unified School District is also a stellar education facility here in San Marcos. Mr. Rangaitis had mentioned a lot of people move here because of our great schools. So the San Marcos Unified School District has done a fine job. Do we have any board members here today from San Marcos Unified? Come on up, stand up. Don't come up, stand up. Right, San Marcos Unified. But it's these types of world-class educational institutions that are creating the talent and the pipeline of talent for our region. And what they're also doing is they're attracting high-paying jobs, and they're also attracting industry to our region as well. And when I talk about the region, I also have to talk about Miracosta College. Sonny Cook, where are you, Sonny? Are you here in the room? Sonny Cook. Anyway, Miracosta College along in the region is also doing a fantastic job. I thought I saw her, but she snuck out. Anyway, in San Marcos now, there's 25% more businesses here than there was 10 years ago. So we've been growing phenomenally, as you saw by the folks that won the awards today. And as I was thinking about it, I got to visit each one of those businesses, and Oasis bread is phenomenal. You go in there, it smells great. If you ever had Oasis bread, you got to get it at Sprouts and some other places. It's better than that. What is it? That killer bread that we won't mention. But it's better than that. It's phenomenal bread. And then also at EV West today. Speaking of new business and growing business, I just heard that EV West with the electric cars, or they convert your old cars. Somebody mentioned our Mustang, dear. But the EV West, where they can take classic cars and put new electric engines in them. I got to ride in a Volkswagen. This looks like a beat-up Volkswagen Beetle. And I got to ride in this thing, and Michael took me. We went from like 0 to 50, and I think the speed limit on the street was 35, I guess. We went from 0. It felt like 50. We went from 0 to 35 in this little Volkswagen Bug, just like in a second. It was like phenomenal. It was really cool. But anyway, so that was fun. Anyway. Our housing stock is way up. Housing stock is, and we've got a very diverse housing stock. We try to, 10% of our housing stock in the city of San Marcos is affordable housing. 10%. Yes, thank you. And you couldn't find half of it because it is beautiful. We make sure that they're done very well. They make sure, a lot of our neighborhoods right over across from Hobby Lobby. What's the name? Creekside Road, is that the name of it now? Is where we've got 2 affordable housing projects. They're doing a great job. And there's a waiting list, like of over 2,000 people, not 20, 2,000 people on the waiting list for those types of homes. We've got over 60 miles of trails and 300 acres of parks. And we went from 25 to 38 parks in the last 10 years. We're the home to over 240 restaurants. So you can't go hungry in San Marcos. 240 restaurants. We got 8 breweries in San Marcos, and we got a new one. Karl Strauss is coming to San Marcos. Karl Strauss is on the way there. Yay, all right. Cheers, Karl Strauss. Karl Strauss is on the way. They're going to be on Las Posas Road, right in front of Palomar Station, near Palomar College, near the Palomar Sprinter stop there. So they are hopefully going to be opening soon. We talked about safety early. We continue to be one of the safest cities in San Diego County. Thanks to our Sheriff's Department, our crime rate is down 16% from what it was 5 years ago. Yes, it is. And there's a new sheriff in town. There's a new sheriff in town named Dave Brown. Stand up, David. This is our new sheriff's captain. Dave has had a stellar career, many awards and accolades throughout his career, and we welcome him to San Marcos. And every year, I think I mention this, but this is the RESPECT program that volunteers from the Sheriff's Department, on their own time, volunteers work with at-risk kids. And what they do with those kids, they give them role models. They give them examples of what's possible for themselves in their lives. And they make that by hopefully, like I said, act as role models and hopefully for better outcomes and opportunities for these individuals. So since the RESPECT program started, gang-related crimes in the city of San Marcos went down 50%. 50% from that. So the state actually just awarded the $4.5 million program to the Sheriff's Department to continue that program. It's really paying off. So I want to thank to our county sheriffs, but also we have our firefighters, San Marcos firefighters. Last year, that lilac fire, you remember the winds like the day before that fire, or the day of that fire? They were howling, and that lilac fire started just north of us. San Marcos Fire Department pitched in on that fire, and I think we also on the Thomas fire up north. So I want to say thank you very much to our San Marcos firefighters. Where's our Chief Brett Van Way? Where's Brett? Oh, there he is. Okay. Should have known you're at one of those two tables over there. Okay. So anyway, we want to say thank you for that. And one thing that's happening as we get older, some of us in San Marcos, the fire department is having to respond to a lot of more calls than they ever used to. And it's mostly medical calls. So they've been going up, pretty strong clip here in the last few years, and they've been doing a great job still with the quick response times. So thank you to our San Marcos Fire Department. Yay! And the paramedic teams, yes. So San Marcos, we do things a little bit differently in San Marcos because we have to. We don't have any big sales tax generating. I'm jealous of Carlsbad and Escondido and Vistas, or some of the sales tax generating places they have, such as car dealerships. We don't have a regional mall. We don't have an amusement park. We don't have marijuana dispensaries to rely on for our revenue. So, when I was a new pilot at Delta Airlines, I had a crusty old captain one time. He gave me 2 bits of investment advice. And now I am a crusty old captain. But he said the very first one was keep your first wife. And then, which I have. We have done. Hey. I think she's kept me. And then the second one is before you invest in the stock market, invest in yourself. And that's what I think San Marcos does with the educational assets and the community we have that embraces education, that we do invest in ourselves. And I think that's part of the reason we're in the great shapes that we are. But Every decision that your city council makes, just about every decision we have, we always try to think and come from the foundation of how can we use your tax dollars to work for you, to bring in more money to the city so we don't have to rely on more tax dollars. What a concept. So we always do that in every decision we make whenever we're looking at maybe acquiring property or things like that. That always comes down to how can we make that money work for you? And we do that by investing in ourselves, by investing in San Marcos. So we'll invest in San Marcos. We've gone out in different places, and a lot of times it's property that's a little bit hard for developers to make happen. And we'll go out and buy that property if we can. And a lot of the properties we own, where Hometown Buffet is, where LA Fitness is, where, I don't know, it's hard to name, but a lot of them around City Hall. Also the Creekside Marketplace, where Phil's Barbecue and where Hobby Lobby and those places are located. So we get over $10 million a year in rent to the city of San Marcos that are offsetting your taxes, and it's actually our third largest revenue stream into the city. So know that we are working for you, and we are investing in ourselves. We're taking that crusty old captain's advice in San Marcos. But as we're always looking towards innovative approaches to raising revenue, we also stick to fiscally conservative policies. And as far as fiscally conservative policies go, we have Tony Kavarik is also in the room here, representing fiscal conservative policies. Thank you very much, Tony. Thanks for being here. All right. Of not spending more than we take in. I know that's wacky for government, for Sacramento and for Washington, but we don't spend more than we take in. We always have strong reserves. And back to the airline thing, I have never spent more fuel than I had in an airplane. Never. Don't do that. And I've always landed with strong reserves. So we do the same at the city. We make sure we have ample dollars, we don't overspend, and we make sure when we land someplace or we get to a destination, we've got money left over just in case something goes wrong or just in case or for the next opportunity primarily. We've invested in the city's economic development department by focusing on and retaining San Marcos businesses here. We've started visiting businesses. The council, we've been doing it for a few years, but now we've kind of really gained some more strength in going out there and visiting all these different businesses. And by visiting them, we find out, what we're from the government, we're here to help. How can we help or get out of your way? So it's really kind of opened up our eyes to, or at least mine, to what opportunities are out there. And not just that, sometimes people think of business, it's just some big corporation or things like that. In San Marcos, these are family businesses. Most of these are family businesses. They're families, and they're here trying to make a better life for themselves. And it's really kind of touching when you see it on that level, and you learn a lot more respect for people in business. The collaboration, and I've got a list. I got a huge list of businesses we visited, but I know I'm going to leave somebody off, so I'm not going to. But if you want to if you want the government to show up to your business, we'll be happy to. And we've tried to help different ones out on parking issues. We found out this. We visited a Pacific Pipe the other day, and across the street from Pacific Pipe, right in front of their driveway, is this stoplight pole. Not a stoplight, a street light pole, just the pole. It's been there for years. It's never had a lamp. It's never had the arm that comes out. The carol holds the lamp. It is a very sturdy, strong pole right across the street. And we never noticed. So that was pointed out as something a little bit different. But I'm sure these two tables will be on that pole. Okay. All right. We have collaboration within the city of San Marcos, within our educational institutions, a collaboration between the city, between government, education, and business. And we also do that regionally. And I mentioned it was mentioned earlier, the Innovate 78 program that the mayors, we got together, we speak, and we try to help each other out and resolve issues and try to get infrastructure, try to fix that damn 78. But we've done it by the mayors meeting together, the managers, the economic development folks, the planning staffs, the police and sheriff's department, our economic folks as well. And right now, the 5 mayors, we're reaching out to Camp Pendleton as well. we're trying to get them into the conversation for North County because they've got a lot of people, a lot of their soldiers and families that live in our region, that live in our communities, that go to our schools, and they need to get to and from Camp Pendleton. And so we're embracing them and seeing if we can bring them into the fold of our North County Innovate 78 group. And I'm sure that that'll going to be happening sooner than later. But it's from these collaborations that we've been able to create a strong foundation and plan for a successful future. All right, I need a drink. All right. Sorry, this is my last one. You're getting it here. Okay, when you drove into San Marcos today, did you notice your car got really quiet? It got really quiet in your car, and nice and calm and smooth. And there's two reasons for that. One, you were on the 78, you're only doing 2 miles an hour. Or two, and I blame that on the schools for attracting all these great people. And two, you're on a San Marcos city street. San Marcos, we take care of our streets, roads, and infrastructure. And why? Because we made our infrastructure a priority. We just gave a $3 million facelift to a Rancho Santa Fe road. We put away money off the top every year for roads and maintenance in San Marcos so that we have the money to maintain. If you don't maintain them, it's going to cost a lot more in the long run. So we put that effort forward. So when you're coming to San Marcos and you feel that sense of calm, as and you're on a city street, no, it's because we make them a priority. So we also, in addition to the $3 million facelift on Rancho Santa Fe, we're also changing out all the street lights. I think this is going to be done soon, all to LED lights. All new LED lights in the city of San Marcos. We also opened up 2 new parks last year. We have a volunteer ranger program which watches over our outdoor recreational spaces. This is, again, another community or volunteers spending their own time doing this. Do we have any rangers? Is Ranger Ron here? Anyway, this ranger program is great. We've gone from 7 to 34 rangers. You know why? Every ranger gets a pith helmet, they get binoculars, they get a bandana, they get a badge, they get boots, they get a Jeep, and a bullhorn. How many want to sign up? You only get a T-shirt. But anyway. But it's kind of the pride in the community that we have people, and even our senior volunteer sheriffs, we have one of the largest senior volunteer sheriffs groups here as well, and our park rangers. People are willing to step up. And so it's not just the mayor, it's not just the city council. The people in the community are willing to step up and make it great and bring us all together. So North City was already talked about here. They're in my speech. All right, you guys did. We love North City, across the street here with the Urge, and I hear a new restaurant. Is it a restaurant? New Prep Kitchen is going to be coming here soon to the North City as well. Is that a restaurant? Yes. It is a restaurant. Okay, Prep City is going to be coming soon. And one thing about the new extended studies building that's going to be built in by fall of next year for classes, right? You're right? Right. I hear a right from Karen. Okay. Am I hearing a right from the developer? Yes. Public-private partnership going on right here. Making sure that's also going to have a walkway from that building over to the campus, over the top of Barham Drive. Pima building just went up over here off of the 78. This whole North City area is going to be an area that's going to be attracting a lot of attention, a lot of activity, and a lot of the young families and people moving to the region. So one of the things we have to do in San Marcos is we have to, as we face challenges, we have to adapt. And I think, I don't know, my philosophical point of view is, I think the only reason that you, me, any animal, vegetable, plant, any that is here today is because it learned to adapt. Not because it tried to stop change, but because you adapted to change. And in being in front of it and trying to manage that change. So in San Marcos, we've had to learn to adapt in a few different things. One is the Creek District that just is still having some fits and starts in the Creek District that we're still trying to figure out how to do that. The previous plan that was 10 years old is now having to be revised and maybe even halted for a little bit or until we figure out what we want to be when we grow up. But It's having all that retail is now in the Amazon economy. We're all guilty of it, right? Okay. In the Amazon economy, it just doesn't work to have all that retail in the Creek area. So we're having to push maybe a possible reset button on the Creek district. But we're going to adapt. We have to adapt to the changing times and make sure we're flexible moving forward. I just want to point out, and also in the room here, we have the Eubanks family. We have Bob Eubanks is back here for the Restaurant Row. His father started, Jim Eubanks, stand up, one of our great businesses. Okay, so while we fine-tune the Creek district and what we're going to be doing there, the infrastructure is going in place. The infrastructure is going to be the 4-lane bridge over the creek at Via Veracruz. Is going to have a 4-lane bridge going over there and a 2-lane bridge going over Bent Avenue. So those of you that live in Discovery Hills don't need a canoe to get across town if it rains. And so those are going to be happening soon. We're going to have a underground, all the underground utilities are being moved and being worked on right now to facilitate those bridges. And I think the major construction is going to be happening next year. I think I said that last year, but it's happening this year. I might even said it the year before. But it's moving, and you'll see the dirt moving over there. Soon along Discovery Street, we're going to have they're going to be built a big pile of dirt. We're going to be digging a deep, deep hole along Discovery Street, and we're going to invite the community out for a big celebration, and we're all going to get on the side of that pink house and push it into that hole once that thing. For those of you not familiar, there's this ugly pink house that we have to preserve. This poor house looks like it's in a penitentiary. It's all fenced off and everything. But it's part of our creek permit that we have to keep. So I'm getting some smirks from the front row. But we do that pink house well. Your taxpayers or dollars are paying for that thing. So it's anyway, the termites appreciate it. Okay, so this is my last State of the City address, and I really want to say, this isn't my swan song here. I still got 10 months to screw it up, but it really is about the partnerships and about the community of San Marcos. Like I said, both within the city, the partnerships the city has with the businesses and the educational institutions, and also regionally, the partnerships that we have with different entities and communities out there. I got to make sure I list a few of them here. Some of our partnerships also include Tri-City Hospital, Palomar Hospital. We also have Solutions for Change, North County Health Services, the Chamber of Commerce, Terry Inc. Who am I left out? Anybody? Who wants a shout out? Free shout out time. Boys and Girls Club. Twin Oaks Valley Equestrian. Who else? Who else is happy with? Okay. That's free shout out time. All right. But anyway, who's that? San Marcos Yoga. Okay. All right, somebody sent me a picture of a yoga with goats. That's not you. That's not you. It was a new San Marcos business. All right. But anyway, it's these great partnerships with our great community members that really make this all happen in the city of San Marcos. And one of the things when I first got elected mayor, and I'm sitting in the mayor chair, in the mayor's seat there, wondering what the hell do I do now? One of the things that came through was, as I looked about San Marcos almost 12 years ago, is how much potential we had, and actually how great a shape the city was in. And thanks to our city managers, we have Rick Giddings, we also have Paul Malone, our former city managers, who helped mold that and yes, we'll give them a hand. Thanks. They left a really solid foundation for myself and councils to build upon. And what kind of stuck in my head, what I put in the back of my head many years ago, was that don't screw it up, and also to leave it in just as good a better spot. And I think that with the San Marcos City Councils, and the current one as well, that we have done that, and we are leaving San Marcos or I'm going to be leaving San Marcos in great shape, in great financial shape for the next generation, for the next councils to build upon. So I'm very happy for that. I'm still got 10 months to go here, but I just want to say thank you very much for the honor and the opportunity to be your mayor for 12 years. Thank you.